Sometimes, justice doesn't come from power, it comes from truth. This story began inside a courtroom, but ended with a silence no one will ever forget. Stay till the end, because what the judge said that day changed everything. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me. I'm your host from Aunt's Story. Her name was Laura Bennett, a social worker, a mother of two, and a woman who'd spent her life helping others. But that day, she was the one who needed help. The courtroom was cold, filled with tension. She stood alone, no lawyer beside her, just trembling hands clutching a worn-out file. Across the room sat Officer Raymond, the man she'd accused of using unnecessary force during a protest. A man wearing the same badge that was supposed to protect her. Laura's voice was steady when she spoke. "Your Honor," she said, "I didn't break any law. I was just asking him to stop hitting a teenager." The courtroom murmured. Officer Raymond leaned back, arms crossed, smirking. To him, she was just another troublemaker. The judge, a stern-faced woman named Judge Harrison, motioned for quiet. "Proceed," she said. But the truth wasn't ready to stay quiet. Laura played the video, grainy footage from a bystander's phone. It showed a crowd of protesters, voices echoing in the streets. Then, the camera caught a moment. A man in uniform, shoving a woman to the ground. The sound of her head hitting the pavement made everyone flinch. Judge Harrison watched carefully. Officer Raymond's jaw tightened. When the lights came back on, silence filled the room. The judge asked, "Officer Raymond, is this you?" He hesitated. "That video doesn't show the full story," he said. Laura turned, eyes red but fearless. "Then tell us," she whispered. "What part am I missing?" Before he could answer, something unexpected happened. Officer Raymond stood, furious. "You don't know what it's like out there," he shouted, slamming the table. The bailiff stepped forward. Judge Harrison warned, "That's enough, officer." But he didn't stop. He turned and struck Laura's shoulder with his hand. Right there, in open court. The room gasped. Laura fell back, clutching her arm. The bailiff rushed in, restraining him. The sound of chairs scraping, people yelling, echoes bouncing off marble walls. And then, silence. Judge Harrison rose slowly from her chair. Her gavel struck once, hard. "Order in the court." Everyone froze, then, in a voice so calm it made the air go still, she said, "Officer Raymond, you are under arrest." The officer struggled, shouting, "You can't do that. I'm an officer of the law." Judge Harrison looked him straight in the eyes. "And I," she said, "am the law in this room." Her words cut through every whisper. She turned to Laura, who sat trembling but proud. "Ms. Bennett," the judge said gently, "please remain seated." Then she faced the officer again, and spoke the words no one expected. "Your Honor, please sit." The entire courtroom stared in disbelief. Because the man she'd just arrested had once been her own trainee, a former police officer who'd later become a court bailiff, now standing handcuffed before her. Judge Harrison stepped down from the bench herself, something judges rarely do. She walked over to Laura, knelt slightly, and said, "No one, not even those in uniform, stands above justice." Tears filled Laura's eyes. It wasn't just victory, it was validation. The courtroom erupted, some clapping, others crying. For the first time, people saw what real accountability looked like. Later that day, the headlines read, "Officer arrested in court after attacking witness. Judge intervenes." Laura didn't want fame. She just wanted peace. She went home, hugged her children, and whispered, "Justice doesn't need a sword. Sometimes, it just needs courage." As for Judge Harrison, she faced criticism, pressure, and even threats. But when reporters asked her if she regretted what she did, she said, "I regret not standing up sooner." Months later, Laura received a letter from the court. It read, "Your testimony inspired new reforms for civilian protection cases. Thank you for speaking when others stayed silent." She folded the letter carefully and placed it beside a small photo of her children. Then, for the first time in a long time, she smiled, knowing her pain had meant something. Sometimes, the strongest people aren't the ones who fight the loudest. They're the ones who keep standing, even after they've been hit. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Ant's Story, where real emotions, real courage, and real life find their voice. Because in the end, justice might be blind, but truth always sees.